My name's Bronwyn Jane, and I'm a psychic medium and a spiritual coach. I thought I'd take a few minutes to just let you get to know me and who I am, what I'm about, and how I show up. To let you have the opportunity to see if you resonate with me and what I talk about. So let's start with who I am. So obviously I'm a mother and a wife and all that those things are. Friend, auntie, daughter, sister, but I'm a psychic medium, and that's me. And when I say it's me, is we're all psychic. We all are made up of energy. Some of us know how to utilize it, some of us don't. That's the difference. So I'm very aware of energy. So that's that psychic part of me. I can't help it. It's caused me dramas since when I was little. I can't help how I interpret energy. It is what it is. Always has been, always will. The medium side of me, probably I was not aware of it until my grandfather passed. I was a young child. When he passed, I could see and feel him and communicate with him. Now, I remember a conversation with my mum, sorry, mum, where she wanted this to stop. I used to make out that I was talking to an imaginary beetle. It was a grasshopper is what I used to pretend that it was. So she would think that that's what was going on. But even that, she wanted to stop. So I stopped talking about my experiences with my grandfather, but they didn't stop happening. I just stopped sharing them. Sometimes I would share them with my siblings, but I just stopped sharing them, as I said. Then as a teenager, we moved home, more experiences occurred in that house, and some of them were quite significant, like, I'm not going to say poltergeisty, but definitely spirits moving physical things in the house that were connected to me, like pulling the covers off me in bed and things like this. I shared those with my mother, and at this point in time, because I was sort of 15, 16, she was a little bit more open to it because she was having her own experiences as well. So it was not as confronting, I guess, for her at that point in time. But once again, we had little conversations about it, but not a great deal. And then I went on with my life. And as a young woman, I used my interpretation of energy. I never labeled it as psychic, but that interpretation and deciphering energy to maneuver through my life and even to help guide friends, even though they didn't realize. I would tell them what I was picking up on people or situations, but I made it my own, and I'd never encountered psychic readings or mediumship at that point in time, so I didn't even know how to label it or what I was going through. It was just how I was, and I actually assumed that everyone was the same. I didn't realize that people weren't the same. I just didn't know any better because I didn't have anyone in my world to be able to go to about these things, and I'd never encountered psychics or mediums. I really didn't encounter a professional psychic or medium until I was 40, something like that. So I'm a little bit rare, I guess you would say, or unusual in that regard. So the holistic counseling aspect of me is something that is a little bit newer. It's a label that is placed on what I do. And my whole concept is to share my sensitivities with others, one, to connect them to their loved ones so they're aware that they're here and that they're with them, to provide information that we can't look up online. It's not something that you've written down. And sometimes it can be a little bit unusual because that's what I seek. I seek the unusual because I want to show you that they're here. They're not missing anything. So I do that. And then as I do that process, what I like to do is give you a opportunity to view things from another perspective to allow for your soul growth. So then as you maneuver through your life, you can start to view things from a different vantage point in the hope that things are a little bit easier for you. Because with different viewpoints, we can have different perspectives. And when we can have different perspectives, then we can appreciate things more. And when we can do that, when we can see things from all that it is, which is sort of that psychic energy type of thing, from that 3D, 4D beyond, when we can see things from that, it creates the opportunity to bring peace into our world with understanding and awareness. So you will notice when I post anything, it's quite reflective. There are moments where there will be more spiritual reading type posts, but there's a lot of things that are more consider, explore, because I want you to do the soul work. Because when we can do that, we grow, and with that growth, we can live from a different vantage point and hopefully a little bit easier. So that's why my posts are the way they are. Because I want you to have the opportunity to explore things so you can grow. Because I could just go on this page and I could just, do a 3-card spread like, everyone else does, and you could have all that. And yes, I do every now and then do a reading from spirit. But I want this to be an opportunity where you can come here and get a perspective that allows you to grow. Because I appreciate my journey and all that it has been. It's a lot. And I want you to have not the same journey, but I want you to realize that you're on one and to not miss the opportunities to access all that is for you. So that's, what I'm about. Now, I do this in a few different ways. Like I do the posts and I connect with you here, and I will connect in videos sometimes and lives and that type of thing. But I also connect through education, like formal education and programs and short programs, long programs, all that is as well. Blogs and all that type of thing on my website, bronwynjanemedium.com. I also connect with soul readings, mediumship readings, psychic readings in that traditional form as well. So there's lots of opportunities to connect with me. And I've set it up that way because I know not everyone likes something a little bit different, and we're all at different places on our journey and that type of thing. So that's why it's structured like that. That's why I've given you all those opportunities. And also it depends where you are. Like maybe, you're in America. Maybe you're in India. Anywhere in the world, and this is the best way to connect with me. Maybe and I want you to have that opportunity to have access to those what ifs, to those moments, to explore what you're going through so you can grow however you need to grow. And you may not be able to come and sit with me in person. So that's why the social media and all that is set up the way it is, because I want to be available to you in whatever way you can access me, whatever way you feel guided to connect with me. So I could ramble for ages, but this is long enough. You've had enough of me, I'm sure of it. So I'm going to just wish you well. I really am. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. Remember to pause. Remember to appreciate everything, good, bad, indifferent. Remember to slow down, be present, and show love where you can to strangers and those that you know. And on that, I'm going to wish you well. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.